and reaches maximum.
Ne scufundăm cu batiscaful în lacul Baikal. Ia uitați-vă, ne scufundăm, ne scufundăm.
We are surrounded by rocky terrace. The underwater landscape is decorated with branchy green sponges, which are the colonies of the first primitive multicellular animals that look like plants. Despite their antiquity, they managed to save the skeleton of silicon, which is abundant in the Baikal waters. This cannot be said, for example, about calcareous sponges and corals, whose skeletons have calcium base. The green color of the sponges is provided by unicellular algae living in their bodies. According to their nutrition type, sponges are filters. Passing water through their porous bodies, the sponges feed on bacteria and algae, thus participating in self-purification processes. There are 18 kinds of sponges in the lake, and 14 of them are endemic. The Baikal sponges can have branchy, cortical, spherical, or mushroom shape. We are going further and further from the shore. Overboard, there is so-called that is mined plankton organisms and nests. We see accumulation of biome. It is the most deep-water species among commercial fish in Baikal. In winter, omo live at depths from 100 to 300 meters. In summer, they rise closer to the surface.
Перископ, я Гамаров, мы на грунте. Глубина 453 метра.
Поняла, 453 метра.
The first stop is Gidrovent, that is thermal waters. The water rising through tectonic fault is saturated with dissolved methane and on a fraction of a degree is warmer than the bottom water. At the output, bacteria aggregations are formed, called bacteria nets, which look like mold. These bacteria live by chemical synthesis, oxidizing methane. They serve as food for all local inhabitants through the food chain. In this way, the unique chemosynthetic life was formed. Such bacteria were later found in places of world shows. One of those areas we are going to visit now.
Перископ, я Гамаров, мы на грунте. Глубина 817 метров.
Поняла, 817 метров.
Natural oil shows in Baikal are drip outputs of oil from the thickness of sediments from the bottom of the lake. Now there are bitumen hills in front of you. Bitumen is a heavy viscous fraction of oil. Light fractions rise, first creating oil slicks on the water surface and then evaporating. On bitumen constructions, oxidizing bacteria use oil as nourishing environment, decompose it, breed actively, and serve as food for invertebrates, thus forming food chain and participating in processes of self-purification. For millions of years, the processes of natural oil outputs and its decomposition by the bottom organisms have balanced the environment very well. Scientists estimate that up to 4 tons of oil get into Baikal annually. On the Baikal
Перископ, я Гамаров, мы на грунте. Глубина 1405 метров.
Поняла, 1405 метров.
On the bottom of the lake, the deposits of another hydrocarbon raw material have been found. Those are gas hydrates. Gas hydrate is a crystalline compound formed at high pressure and low temperature. In such conditions, water molecules form trace refrain and gas molecules fill up its cavities. In Baikal, such kind of gas is methane. The gas hydrate structure is quickly destroyed when the pressure goes down while the samples are taken to the surface. Maybe in future, they will start using gas hydrates found in seas and oceans as chemical raw material and fuel.
1460 și ceva de metri
Pskov, Яга-Марос, понял, погружаюсь.
în lacul Baikal. Mai avem 100 și ceva de metri și ajungem la fund.
Pskov, Яга-Марос, мы на грунте, глубина 1637 метров.
Гамарус, я Тресков, поняла. Глубина 1637 метров. Работайте по программе.
That is the maximal depth in Baikal. In the central porthole, you can see a box trap with some raw meat as bait. There are a lot of different crustaceans in the trap. High crustaceans are the main consumers of dead organic, although they can be predators. In the third porthole on the right, we can observe an oil fish that is still alive but being eaten by crustaceans. In the second porthole on the right from the center, there appears a deep-water bullhead, which is the most deep-sea freshwater fish on Earth. On the bottom of the lake, there live no less than 800 kinds of animals. They have adapted to the conditions of permanent darkness, low temperature, about 4 degrees centigrade, and water pressure, which is more than 160 atm. Life on the bottom of the lake is very well developed due to the oxygen found in the water till its maximal depth. First several meters of sediments are oozy. Deeper, there are thick sediments. The thickness of bottom silt reaches 10 kilometers.
Pskov, Яга-Марос.